up, CARP crew? Welcome back to our channel. And if you're new here, I'm Devin.
I'm Logan.
And today we are doing a continuation on our security forces video so we can give you guys a little more information that we probably didn't hit or that you guys are still asking us from our last video. So let's get started. So first question that we're gonna go through on mine are, what is the most challenging thing about being in security forces?
For you?
For me? For me personally?
I'd say being a female in security forces is pretty challenging.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So personally, you have to work in a different way. Essentially, you have to work harder. Because I get the comments, oh, I'm sure you got on your knees for that. Oh, I'm sure you'll get BTZ as soon as you get into your operational base. Just like, oh, she's a female is like the most cliche thing I've heard my entire career. And I've definitely gotten to where I've gotten because of myself and because of supervisors that have helped me and not because of anything else. So I would say that's the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing for you?
Is because, I would say, because it's a male-driven career field, I think that's safe to say that security forces is more men than it is women.
Yeah.
Why it's hard for females to stick out, or to like get up and over the whole female stigma. On the other end of the spectrum, there's a lot of like basic type security forces men that like try to like fit into this like common mold, and it's really easy to fall into that mold like of your standard security forces dude. So like if you want to be better or work harder, you have to really push yourself out of your comfort zone to stand out. I mean, it comes easy for some, it doesn't for others, but I'd say being different and shining in your career field, because that's what ultimately what you want to do, is do your best, be your best. It's kind of hard in the security forces career field because there's a set mold. You just got to get out of it.
Yes. Next question. Do you actually like y'all's job, or do you wish to have a different job?
Some days I wish I had a different job, but for the most part, I like my job.
I don't think I could do anything else in the military after starting as security forces.
Yeah. Because
it's not that we have more freedom, but we definitely have a different lingo and we talk differently to each other. And it's more of a like sarcastic, like joking around, like insults.
Yeah.
And a lot of other career fields don't do that as much. And they kind of look at us like...
With the exception of special forces.
Yeah, I'm not saying, obviously there's careers that do it, but like...
Yeah, I mean special forces and everything.
Yeah. What kind of specializations are available in security forces? So there's K9, there's CADM, which is weapons, and then so those are like your two shreds out of security forces, but you're still technically in security forces. And there's back office jobs, so there's training, there's corrections, there's S1, and so there's different functions within security forces that you can always be. And then there's classes, training classes and certifications that you can be sent to. So there's a lot you can do inside of security forces, but it depends on how long you've been in, what your rank is, and it varies.
What base you're at, because if your command is like AMC command, back when we were AMC here, you'd see a lot of guys going to the Raven program, or I mean, we never saw any Dagger people come out of here or anything, but it honestly depends on your command and what their requirements are. I mean, obviously there's like the super Gucci ones, like going on a ranger tab.
Jungle.
Fast
missions.
Yeah.
If you're in an area with fast missions, highly suggest you jump on that, get certified. You get to travel to different countries and you stay there for either weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on how long your mission is. I'll name some places: Australia, Fiji, Philippines. Did I say Australia?
Yep.
I did. So places like that you get to go to and it's free. And you work, but you also get to enjoy your time there.
Yep.
So those are like the Gucci bases that actually have them. Look for it if your base has it.
Not Grand Forks.
Not Grand Forks. We do not have that. Craziest or most interesting call or situation you've had to respond to. So without names or details, I've had two. So when I was in Hawaii at Hickam, I responded to a lady that threw a pickaxe at her husband, which was
Fortnite?
Not Fortnite. This is real life.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the other one was this guy, civilian, was on PCP and he ran through our gate, like actually ran through our gate and grabbed onto like a light pole and thought it was a time machine and was like screaming that he needed to get back to his time or he was gonna die. Yeah, a taser did not affect him.
I don't have anything. I don't have, what was even the question?
The craziest or most interesting call. So like, what have you done in the Air Force? I guess that's cool too. Air Force One? Didn't you?
Air Force One was cool. I mean, nothing was crazy or interesting.
It might be interesting to some. I mean, you get to work with the president, kind of. In a way.
We had my time in Maui on a 25,000 foot mountain. That was cool because there would be the locals that came and protested and got all angry at us. But
it really depends on your base.
Yeah. I've never been to an exciting base like she has, so I don't have any
I had a lot,
things.
yeah.
I just bust people for driving drunk and beating their spouses.
It'd be interesting.
Nothing interesting about that.
Not that I am, you know, I like that.
No.
Okay, next question. I got a lot of Air Force questions.
Yeah, this is strictly security forces. How bad was getting OC sprayed? There's like 3 of that same question right there.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay, hold on. This is being honest, and I'm not trying to scare you away. You'd get it in tech school now, is what I hear.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I wanted to apologize. This probably wasn't the best thing to say.
I had an allergic reaction to it, and I got hydraulic needle effect, so I was in the hospital for 3 days, and my eyes were swollen shut for 2 weeks. I would not suggest ever not listening to a cop. If they say, I'm gonna OC you, I'd listen, because I don't even carry it. Like, I don't mess with that stuff. It is miserable. It's the worst experience I've had since security forces has been in my life.
Definitely been mine too. I didn't go get put in the hospital or nothing, but I definitely couldn't keep my eyes open for like 2 days straight. It was bad. If you have sensitive eyes, like if you're just one of those people and you know your eyes are sensitive, that OC spray is gonna mess your eyes up.
Yeah.
For a good amount of time.
So, baby shampoo
no, there's
and milk is what they tell you to bring.
There's no cure.
Doesn't change it. And then as soon as you get back in like the shower, it activates it. So you have to re-experience it. So women and gentlemen,
take a shower in your underwear.
Yeah. And kind of
bra.
lean in. I would not suggest just going cold turkey into the shower because it's not gonna feel good.
It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. We also got a lot of tech school, security forces tech school questions, and the reason we're not doing that is
changes every freaking day. I don't know what those guys do over there, but they change their stuff every day.
From when I'm pretty sure when he went through was even more different than when I went through, because they got rid of like everything that I did.
I don't know what
and they changed it, and it's completely different. So if it is that highly requested, well, we'd have to bring in like the new airmen to talk about it, and I'm talking like brand new, because that's how many times it changes. So we'd love to give you guys some tech school stuff, but it's not accurate anymore.
Don't be mad at us, be mad at the cadre down there.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Whack.
I don't know what to tell you.
Is it dangerous and scary?
It's not. I mean, I guess if there were situations that I had to respond to that, you know, we did have to pull our weapons, and we did have to use our combatives that we knew. But I mean, as long as you know what you're doing and you trust the people that you're around. I don't think it's scary. Could be. I haven't been to a situation that I truly think my life is endangered yet.
I ain't worried about that. I have a vest, 2 guns,
Okay.
and a lot of anger.
All right, well that's mostly my questions.
Yeah, let's get into mine.
A lot of common questions.
Often do you get deployed in security forces? It literally depends on your base. Some bases have higher tempos than others. This one is, I mean, it's not really information to throw out anyway,
Yeah.
but I mean, it literally, your answer is it depends on the base. What is, listen to this question. What is the hardest part of being in the secretary forces or the Air Force? By the way, I'm joining the Air Force too. The secretary forces. We're secretaries.
Damn. I mean, if you think about it, we do stand at the gate
We are
and answer questions.
gate secretaries.
We are glorified mall cops.
We're gonna tint your windows.
We're gonna tint your windows. If you watch our video, you should know why we're saying this. Well, tints. We're gonna give you tinted windows. We're gonna give you.
I don't know. I think we already said what the hardest part was. We talked about that. These are not like prevalent. What was the tech school in? We already, okay.
A lot of tech school questions.
How to rank up, get promoted, prompted below the zone.
I didn't get below the zone, so that's you.
So to phrase it politely, your E1 to E4 years are about you, in my personal opinion. That is when you have your window to outshine your peers. And I'm not saying blue falcon them, and what blue falcon means is step on their heads to get ahead. But that window, your E1 through E4 window, is your time to just stand out. Because once you're in E5 and above, you're taking care of people else. The show is no longer about you anymore. But, so my suggestion is take full advantage of that time pocket and shine as much as you can, because that's your best chance and that's what's gonna help you best to get that below the zone if that's what you're after. Other than that, it's time and service and testing. You know, staff sergeant and above, you gotta take a written test. And once you get to Master Sergeant E7, you take a test and you go in front of a board. And so that all is graded towards your overall score. Other than that, just do your best. Don't be a dirtbag.
What's your best way to embrace the suck and keep going, bro? I like this question because it's living our life.
Embracing the suck. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. That's what my old Lee Speedy Cadoon. Just laugh it out.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, for me personally, not every job is the best job. Not every day is gonna be the best day. So, you might have a bad week, month, 6 months, but as long as you're eventually trying to, you know, fix whatever's going on, I think that you'll get through it. And then I use your coworkers, your peers, mentors. You go to anybody that you can that knows what you're going through or can kind of like help you. And I think that's like the best way.
Yeah, I mean, your support system is what ultimately is going to get you through it.
And there's always somebody in security forces that you're going to find, but you also don't have to stick to security forces. Like if you want to hang out or talk to or have a mentor from a different career field, that's okay. Like there's people outside of the military or the career field that I talk to that have nothing to do with this job, and sometimes that helps, personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, this is kind of true. Is it really a boring job like everyone says?
It is if you make it a boring job. If you want to be a lazy POS, then it's going to be boring. But if you want to be proactive and be a good airman, be a good staff sergeant, be a good whatever the heck your rank is, then it's not boring.
Yeah.
I hate that question. I hate when people rag on security forces claiming that we just sit for 8 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
The lazy dirtbags do that. I don't do that.
Stop. Serious.
So that's your answer to that. That was sent with much attitude.
And I mean, if you think about it, if you're having a boring day, it's because
you're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's because people aren't in a domestic, or people aren't robbing or doing stupid stuff. There's no alarms. A boring day is a good day, technically.
Yeah.
Remember that. What are the requirements to be security forces?
Is that one of them?
Yeah, so you have to score a 50 or higher on the ASVAB, but you can get a waiver. Sometimes they'll accept a lower score. But I think 50 is the lowest you can get in any.
Pretty sure it's one of the lowest scores for all Air Force jobs, honestly.
And then you are not supposed to have like anger issues.
Yep.
You're not supposed to have like, there's like predetermining any, like the same requirements to even get into the Air Force. Like you can't have like certain like medical conditions.
Yeah. If you can get through MEPS and you have a 50 or above, you qualify for security forces.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've met anyone that hasn't qualified.
And you don't have to be in like the best shape ever when you first join. Like you're gonna get in shape. I would suggest getting in shape like we said in the BMT video. It'd be easier for you. But, and then I would try to go to the range and shoot a gun before you join because it's just easier.
I don't know.
You don't have to. I went to the range because I wanted to not look like an idiot when I got into the cabin portion.
But it does make you, if you go in not knowing nothing and they teach you everything you know and build you up from scratch, that's better than knowing what your grandpa taught you, which
Ooh.
may or may not have been the right thing to be taught. You know, you don't want to have bad habits going into it.
True.
So that's just me playing devil's advocate.
Of course.
Do you know how to become a dog handler?
So that's K9.
Yeah.
You just work with
them
and just keep working with them, going to the kennels, cleaning, doing everything, and then eventually when it's time for your cross train, you apply and boom.
Boom goes.
But I did want to talk about the one thing that I remembered somebody asked me, our schedules. What are hours? So they vary from either it's an 8-hour shift, which is really like a 10-hour shift, so I always add 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then there's a 12-hour shift, which is like a 14-hour shift.
Yeah.
And the schedule changes, so you can work a 4 and 2, you can work a 4, 3 and 1, you can work a 4 and 4, you can work a 6 on, 1 off, you can work a 3 and 3, you can work a Panama. It's just your manning and what base you're at. So it changes, but 12 to 12 and you do it because you got to, and then you go home and you work. Hi Coda. Say hi. He's our own K9.
He is.
Not as trained, but yeah, so that's kind of the gist of the questions. Like we mentioned, we would love to do a tech school one. I'd love to do it. It's just my experiences were completely different.
They gotten soft over there in Lackland. I'm gonna catch so much flack.
Yeah, because apparently we're already catching flack.
Yeah.
From some cadres
that's why
over there.
That's why I've been dogging them a little bit, because
support your own people.
Yeah.
People.
Whatever.
All right.
They could come talk to my face.
But hopefully we got most of the questions. This is probably gonna be one of the last security forces ones for a while until something like crazy happens.
Yeah.
So as usual, make sure you subscribe to our channel, you give us a thumbs up, and you have a great day.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby.